In this issue of Videofashion Style, before walking down the aisle, go behind the scenes in New York as the bridal industry's elite insiders offer sage wisdom and sweet advice to help you savor every moment of your big day. Reem Acra takes us inside her bridal atelier.
I love my brides. That comes first. So when I love something, I do everything around it to the best of my ability.
From invitations to floral arrangements, New York Magazine has the details covered.
A lot of people think about, oh, I can do this myself. Any person can do their own wedding. I don't think you'll want to.
Get the look with these beauty pros.
The best way to get this type of look is to apply a cream blush in with a foundation.
Plus, Alton Lane's high-tech tuxedos and wedding day tips from in-demand event planner Ron Wendt.
Every wedding needs a point person, someone who is in charge.
But first, designer Ines Di Santo helps a model bride-to-be find her dream dress. Having shown her latest bridal collection just a week prior, designer Ines Di Santo held a trunk show at New York's Bergdorf Goodman.
Today is the trunk show, which everybody comes here, and because we have the whole collection, they come and try the dresses, and then they have a big selection. Hello, Alexandra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. I heard you're getting married. First, I asked, which is important for me, the date they get married for, the season, and also the place is very important.
The ceremony takes place overlooking the Hudson River, and the reception is inside a very small barn. I definitely want the dress to not be a classic, extremely wide New York City dress. Something very simple. I was never the girl who wanted a ball gown or a very well-detailed dress.
You choose now whatever, it's more what you like, but also I think you should try even a ball gown, because this is the only time really you can try, just for fun. It's beautiful also because after when you dance, we do the bustle, see, like, yeah, see. And then, you can dance.
I didn't know if I wanted a veil, but you just maybe changed my mind.
Well, it looks nice with the dress. For the ceremony, it can be very beautiful, but it's, it's an option. Sometimes they come with an idea. I don't want a ball gown. All the time we work with their personality. But I help as much I can, because also when you see a dress in a hanger doesn't mean nothing. That is the reason I try all the silhouettes, because it's easy after when you see the picture to the side and the body. It's different when you see the dress come alive when the bride is wearing, because it's the person who makes the dress beautiful. It's not the dress has to be beautiful, no.
This is what every 5-year-old dream would.
See, but you have a ball gown. See. Now, see, you can compare.
It's a tough decision because I want to be comfortable and I want to be able to dance the night away, but I also wanted him to just be speechless and mind blown when he sees me in the dress. After all, it's for him. It's not for me. It's not for the guests. It's for him.
This is what Alexandra came from the idea, but shows like she's gonna go for the ball gown.
I would say the ball gown, which I would not, it didn't cross my mind the whole time, but I would say that was my favorite one.
It's wonderful to work with each bride, because for me, each bride is important, and I want to make a dream come true to each bride. Because I feel there is a beginning of a new life, okay, and it's important to be happy, to appreciate that moment. And also I want every bride to feel they are on the Oscar, to feel they have all the attention in the world.
Now I don't want to wait another year to get married. I want to get married now.
Well, we have to call the lucky guy.
One of New York City's top bridal and event designers, Ron Wendt, shared his tips on creating the perfect wedding.
Every wedding needs a point person, someone who is in charge. Shouldn't be the catering manager, it shouldn't be the mother of the bride. It should be someone who has their very aesthetic concern at their heart. There's 1,000 things that can go wrong, and it's our job to make sure that those things are smoothed out. We strive for calmness in everything we do, and that takes planning. I think couples tend to forget that all their guests, all who are in attendance, are giving up their weekend for you. So you want to make sure that everything that they come in contact with is of the best quality you can present. It can be from the tablecloths to the things they touch, to the music they hear, to the food they eat. How specialized is the food? How specialized are the wines? How far do we go with the flowers? Do you like tall flowers, low flowers? Do you want to walk through something? Do you want to have a place where photos are taken? There's a lot of different aspects that need to be taken into account, but a priority list, I think, is very important. Make sure that bride and groom ultimately are on the same page. Wedding venue is everything because it will set down all the parameters of design. Everything needs to be personalized. That's something that we strive for in our work with our clients. It matters a lot to me that the guest will walk in and say, this is so her, or this is so them, or I get that. It shouldn't be my name that they think of. It's the client. You should really, really think, oh my gosh, this is the essence of her.
I have to say, I am blessed and I'm thankful that design comes easy to me. I close my eyes, I think of things and they happen. When I have a dress in front of me that I'm fitting, I think about so many things. And the bride comes first. She is my client, she is everything, she's my inspiration. Does she like this to be raised 1 inch? Does she like it lower one? That specific customer, what's her personality? I love my brides. That comes first. So when I love something, I do everything around it to the best of my ability. Every person that is working on the sample wedding dresses in our brand has to love what they are doing. I go to the sewers and I say, you need to love it. You have to think with me because even the details on the neckline, how it is curved, think. Does she really want the curve to be light or does she want it to be deep? Yes, today she wants it to be deeper. This shows in our wedding dresses, in our samples, you can tell there is a quality where every bone is, where every line is, and it's not just put together. I rip everything that I don't like. I will rip 20 times a dress if one line is not right, until I find that the right shade is there, and they all know it. And I'd say, don't finish a dress. Always stay, take your time, make it beautiful, put your heart in it, and you will see it. You will see the result. The process is very complicated, it is not straightforward, and it's inspired by many, many different things, whether it's lace, whether it's embroidery, whether it's color, the customer, and it's all about putting things together. So I would say a wedding dress takes about 3 to 4 months to be made. This collection is a lot of lace. Whether it's lace re-embroidered or lace cut out and added into details here and there. Again, a lot of transparency, lightness. Even the ball gowns, you carry them, they're like a feather. They're lightweight, they're empty from the inside, so I had to fly in fabrics from overseas to construct in a way that we haven't done any time before. I feel the customer has changed just by the volume, by the lightness, by the airiness of the dresses, but there's still a link for me of what I have started before at the very beginning in 1997 till today. Peeling away layers rather than adding layers, but I think we are also becoming stronger in the details and how we put things together. When a bride is picking her dress, everything matters. The groom, the mother of the groom, the family of the groom, her mother. Of course, the venue plays a role. The time of the wedding plays a role. the guest list plays a role. I see everything plays a role. But I always advise the bride, don't take it all like too seriously. Yes, everything plays a role, but take it light and kind of focus on yourself. Before thinking about the dress, she should think who she is, who she wants to portray to the rest of the world who she is. She shouldn't listen about her friend telling her this dress looks good on you or that dress looks great or today the trend is long sleeves. I think she should dream, and this is the only time she will ever dream. So we'll let her dream. I think a wedding dress is the most important attire that we as women will wear in our lifetime. So it is a very important moment, and it tells her story, and that's how it is.
At New York's Carlisle Hotel, salon owner and stylist Yves de Reef was joined by makeup artist Vincent Longo to craft two versatile big day beauty looks.
I think every wedding has a part of a fantasy. You can just get married, go downtown, and you're done, right? But that's, I think, the whole excitement is the party. It should be a party. You should be happy. You should have fun. People forget that. I think the most important thing in wedding is that the bride respects her lifestyle. On the other hand, people like to be a bit extraordinary that day. So here, what I would like to do, using the 1940s idea, also having the possibility for the bride to just remove that whole updo whenever she decided. The shoes goes, then the hair should go also. I'm going to pin up the hair in a way that she almost going to look like she has a little bob. Because it's going to be brought down eventually, it doesn't have to be as solid as someone who will keep that for the whole evening. I see this hairdo with a veil stopping mid-eyes. Be nice, huh? Little mystery.
I'm working on a bohemian romantic look. The lines are much softer, they're more rounded, and the best way to get this type of look is to apply a cream blush in with a foundation. And I've given a light powdering over the whole base. And that gives like the look a whole beauty from within coming through. So on the eyes, a little contour on the outer corner like this. I just blend the pencil along the lash line and upward into the crease, just to create a little shadow on the outer corner. With the same brush that I blended the eye pencil, I just take up a little bit of pencil like this on the back of my hand, and then on the lower lash line, I go into the base of the lash and create a light shadow. I always like to use waterproof mascara. There's always the tears coming. Yeah, it's a joyful cry.
So here we have more of a romantic look. I would say, romantic chic, bohemian chic. And again, for the ceremony, I would say the hair is gently pinned up, not too tight, not too. So again, we can remove some of from the pins underneath. It has to be done by somebody else. A little teasing on the ends. So you get, two looks for one hairdo.
Here I'm working on the classic look. There's a little more black around the lash line. It's a little more linear, and the eye is slightly elongated. Yeah, the lip liner is great to define the lips and keep them nicely defined throughout the day. Of course, it helps the lipstick or the lip gloss last a lot longer.
Would you get married looking like that?
Yeah.
She was already thinking of her dress.
Yeah, but you need that dress. No, it's fantastic.
We're going to put the hair down, so same thing, take off the little pins. Try to put as less as possible. So just a little hairspray, I recommend. And then the body's going to flip back and her head is going to stay back. And you have a total different look now, And then she can party all night. All right.
We are at the New York Weddings event. It's a great event if you are planning on getting married or if you just want to convince your boyfriend that you want to get married sooner than later.
People don't know we do wedding cakes. They think of us as a cupcake shop, but we actually do a beautiful, as you can see, array of tiered cakes and many different designs that we offer. It's your wedding. If you really want a carrot cake on one layer, a coconut cake on another, a German on another, and lemon with lemon filling on another, okay, we'll do that for you because we can.
Vera Wang has a licensing relationship with Crane, and we have a line of papers that really reflects her ready-to-wear line and her bridal line. I think the paper really sets the tone. It's one of the first things that a guest receives with the save the date, so it sets the tone for the whole event.
Glam Squad is an on-demand beauty company. We're on location, which means that we come to you and we're booked via our iPhone app, or you can book us online.
We make sure that we have a wedding trial for every single bride that we service, and we pair her up with a stylist, and then once that stylist is able to achieve the look that she wants, then what we do is we make sure that they are available to take care of that bride on her day.
We are a planning, decor, lighting, linens, and invitations company. Planners will save you money, believe it or not. So why not alleviate that stress and have a professional guide you? I think a lot of people think about, oh, I can do this myself. Any person can do their own wedding. I don't think you'll want to.
It's really important to kind of pick a palette, and you really want to pick 1 to 3 colors, so that this way at least you've narrowed down your choices as to what colors you're working with. And then when you're thinking of a theme, you really kind of want to think like, okay, what season am I getting married in? What kind of location am I getting married in? And then kind of tailor it in from there. Is it formal? Is it casual? Is it a ballroom? Is it in a garden?
It's really a great idea to have your wedding website to have all of your information about your ceremony, travel accommodations, the story of you and your groom. And it's important to keep that information available for people easily. Additionally, we have RSVP capabilities, so you can keep track of your guest list easily.
We're doing flower crowns made out of curly willow, which is this branch here. And then we're doing this really modern asymmetric look. We're trying to do mostly monochromatic, so less Coachella looking and a little bit more modern and New York metropolitan looking.
We make delicious layered desserts in jars. We did one stunning wedding that was completely white, and then they stacked them to be the wedding cake. So instead of just like a regular wedding cake where everyone's cutting slices, everyone kind of like took a little glass jar of the slice.
The best advice I tell people is to think not so much about trends, but think, okay, if I looked at my wedding picture 10 years from now, 20 years from now, would I like this? Would I really be excited about this?
There's so much out there, it's hard for brides to kind of edit it down. Yes, this is a really important day, and it's a big day. But you're gonna have lots of other kinds of parties related to the wedding, but also for other things. So let's take all the ideas, let's see what's gonna work best for the wedding, and then see maybe we can put some things with the engagement party, something for the rehearsal dinner. My #1 tip is always have the best time ever planning. We're at this beautiful event. There's cake, there's champagne, and it's all for you to enjoy. So just really just take advantage of the time and just have fun.
With so much attention given to the bride and her gown, we can't forget about the groom. Meet Colin Hunter, the CEO of Alton Lane, a premium menswear brand that promises to deliver a perfectly tailored outfit for your big day.
We are a company that tries to help men dress better in a more enjoyable experience. All of our stores have full bars, flat screen TVs. We have a private appointment model. It's one-on-one, which means we get to invest in each and every customer. Once we kind of have gotten a sense of who you are and what you're looking for, we'll pull out fabrics. And we'll kind of, through questions, get down to what style are you actually looking for, and we'll be able to present a number of options to you. We get so many customers coming in for weddings. We'll see grooms come in with their fiancé, and you can both sit down and you're looking through options together. And we've seen stretch Hummer limos pull up outside, and the groom gets out with all 10 to 12 of his groomsmen, and they might go through 3 handles of bourbon, and they're choosing fabrics, and it's part of the bachelor party. You design everything. We don't cut our fabric until you place the orders. We pioneered the modern bespoke approach, where we first capture over 300 measurements using our 3D body scanning technology. And then we use sample garments as a reference point to get at what cut do you actually want. We don't consider ourselves designers. We are a platform for design. And so it's really enabling the customer to be the designer. With custom, you have the ability to do some really unique things, whether it's a different color stitching on the buttonhole of your jacket, or unique linings incorporating the color scheme of the flowers. Customers have fun with monograms and writing notes or nicknames or things like that, the wedding dates. Most brides tend to wear white, which is the easiest thing to match with. So it's less about matching the bride, it is far more about the bridesmaids and making sure that nothing's clashing there. And then also just the general look and feel of the wedding. We'll actually see with dual groom weddings, what we'll see is a lot more suits than tuxedos, where tuxedos, you can't do one black and one midnight blue tuxedo. It wouldn't look as appropriate. Whereas with suits, you can really play around with it and do a light gray and a light oatmeal, or different shades of blue, or things that really tie it in. Fit is going to be the most important. You could have an inexpensive fabric that fits you really, really well, and you're going to look better than a fabric that's 10 times as expensive that fits you poorly. What's really great for the groom is that, unlike brides, you'll always have an excuse to wear a tuxedo or a well-fitted suit again. So a lot of guys will justify investing a little bit more in a tuxedo or a suit because they know they're going to get a lot of use out of it in the years to come.
We asked designers what advice they had for picking the perfect wedding dress. Here's what they had to say.
I think each bride should, before she picks her wedding dress, she should think about herself. Before thinking about the dress, she should think who she is, who she wants to portray to the rest of the world who she is, how she wants her husband to look at her for the first time when she's walking down the aisle.
She should make sure that she's not experimenting, number one. Number two is that to keep it classic. Sexy can lead to vulgar or trendy.
I think try on everything. You never know what is going to be your silhouette. Even if you are like, I have to wear a strapless dress, it might not be the vibe. You never know.
I encourage any bride who thinks I'm buying on the internet, really stay away. You're going to get ripped off. And then the idea that a woman can walk in, 3 weeks before their wedding and basically go to the rack and pick something up and take it home, that's not going to happen.
Stay away from taking too many pictures during your try-ons because you get the wrong impression. It is not you, it is not your dress, it's not made for you, and you get the wrong address. You might walk away from the right dress just because it wasn't fitting properly, or you just took a bad picture, the light was wrong.
If you have a budget of $10,000 or $1,000 or $1 billion, what it is. It's important because the only thing, the feeling are the same, okay? It's not about the money you have. Everything is, it's about feeling.